Net Zero Business, Part 3, Reducing Carbon Footprints. Take actions to secure future generations. How to become net zero organization. 4 steps involved. Step 1 is take a stock. Do an environmental audit of your business. Analyze what you're doing. Find ways to reduce your carbon footprint. Become more efficient business. Get involved in environmental activities, plant more trees, find ways to neutralize, get involved in organic, sponsor organic productions of food, etc. And then finally, have a firm commitment to net zero. Follow, become proactive in steps and measures that you eventually get to the net zero alongside other businesses. So, why is reducing carbon footprint important? Because slowing down climate change, slowing down these haphazard weather patterns that we have, preserving our environment for ourselves and for future generations, making better use of Earth resources, securing the future of our planet, and leaving a better and safer environment for future generations. It is our responsibility. That's why. Simple actions has positive impact. On a personal levels, we can do the following in order to do our bit. Try to contribute to reduction in carbon footprint, reduce emissions, reduce food miles, eat seasonal local food, cut food waste, reuse, recycle, and extend the life of clothing and fashion. Reduce energy use. Switch off idle gadgets. We leave our computers on, we leave our Wi-Fi on, we leave our TV, etc. on. Those idling in a small way, they reduce, but it will add up. Eat less meat. Switch to domestic and short-haul flights to trains and coaches. Switch the domestic to trains and coaches and cars. No flying. Consider electric or hybrid cars. Switch to renewable energy. Repair and recycle electronics. Limit updating gadgets. And switch the short car journeys to cycling, walking, or using public transport. On a business level, understand your current emissions, set targets for reductions based on science, based on getting information, getting advice from experts, deliver your carbon reductions and efficiencies on target, develop low carbon products and business models, look at the operations of the business, look at how you do things, and find better ways of doing things, more carbon efficient way of doing things. Whatever you have done so far, or whatever you're obliged to do now, find a way to offset that, compensate for that. Planting trees as an example. Anybody can do that. Develop climate projects as part of your future strategy. Create a step-by-step approach. How are you going to contribute? For example, how many trees a year are you going to plant? We'll leave you with some foods for thought, which is good. There is good news. There is not all doom and gloom. Since 1990s, we have reduced our carbon footprint by 40%. We should congratulate ourselves. That is good. We're going the right way. However, every one of us still has an annual carbon footprint of 5.4 tons of CO2. One of the little things we could do, great majority of us, we boil the kettle more than we need, and that adds 70 million a year to energy bill, domestic energy bill. And switching to a vegetarian and vegan diet is an effective way to reduce carbon footprint. There is research has been done. The scientists are under impression and they think that reducing the total amount of land used by farming by 75%, we could still feed everybody. Whatever we do now, if we reduce it by 2/3 of it, we still can feed everybody in the world if you are efficient. The Oxford University found that swapping just one meat for a plant-based dinner, it helps to reduce by 50 million tons the carbon footprint. University of Edinburgh come up with calculations and conclusion that 50 million tons of wonky, that's not pound, 50 million tons of wonky fruits and vegetables are thrown away. The supermarkets, they never bought it. Nowadays, fortunately, you can get wonky apples and things like that. And that is equivalent to 400,000 cars driven every year. Wow. Cooking is responsible for about 14% of electricity that we use in our homes. There are some tips for business how to reduce your carbon footprints. Commit yourself to 3 R's. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Use sustainable suppliers. Suppliers that are having an ISO 14001 accreditation. Quality kite mark. Switch to hybrid or full electric cars for your fleet, for your business vehicles. Switch to online meetings, virtual meetings, and events, at least partially. Use public transport or car share for business trips. Invest in green energy and green office equipments. Look at that ratings, A and B, C ratings. Start offsetting your carbon footprint. Consult a carbon neutral certification partner. There are consultants that can help you to achieve that. There are professionals who could help you with that. Oftentimes, they are not complicated. Oftentimes, it doesn't cost as much as you think. Plant more trees. Buy used office furniture. Pay for carbon offsetting. Choose sustainable web hosting. Get involved in environmentally friendly projects. Sponsor. Volunteer. Consult your employees, bring them on board, bring your customers on board, that they understand your reasons for doing things, your reasons for being carbon efficient. Increase the efficiency of office lighting and equipment. Create natural lights, windows, etc. Optimize your heating and cooling system. Carry out an energy audit. Try to avoid with printing. If you need to print, try to print as little as possible. Avoid or minimize single-use plastic in your business. Measure your carbon footprint. And to summarize all of this, commit to all of these activities. Extend the life of clothes. Cycle more often. Use public transport. Walk. Save energy. Use alternative sources of energy. Use energy efficient equipment and light bulbs, etc. Reduce your meat, cut it in half at least. Eat local food, buy local food. Reduce food waste. Repair gadgets rather than throw them away. Switch to electric cars. Recycle gadgets. Reduce flying. Eat organic. Use ethical banks. Banks that they invest on ethical environmental projects. Insulate your buildings, your homes. Use peat-free compost. And switch to renewable energy. Those are the steps that you can take. Let's quickly summarize what we talked about. It's just basically the more conscious you become of the carbon footprint it does to environment, to life, then we take practical actions to reduce, to eliminate our carbon footprint. I provide you with these resources separately that you can collect them. There are very useful things that these are all practical support that by government agencies and by organizations that are expert and they are knowledgeable in the know about the climate and environment and energy reductions, etc. So I would suggest you get in touch and seek their help. If you're in manufacturing, that website will be great. If you're in food, that is excellent. And if you're generally reducing carbon footprint for everywhere, anybody, that's a good website. And zero carbon business websites, they are full of expert information, advice, suggestions. They also have a carbon footprint calculator that you could use. That is end of part 3. Then we're going to have a little comprehensive summary of the whole 3 parts. I wish you all the best.